Draco was heading to the boys' bathroom, his strides long and swift.
I can't believe that I almost smiled at Granger. I hate her. The mudblood's done it. She's screwed with my head. I bet Potter put her up to this. Of course. He cursed me in the first place.
Draco arrived at the boys' bathroom and started to wash his hands and face. A stall opened and out stepped Blaze Zabini.
Hey Draco, what happened to your head?
Draco looked at Blaze through the reflection and wondered if he should tell Blaze the truth.
Potter and Weasley ambushed me in the hallway. I would have killed them both, but a teacher stopped me before I could retaliate.
Thoughts unfortunate.
Draco then headed to his next lesson, but was unable to concentrate because he kept thinking about Granger.
Wake up Draco, we've got to go to our next lesson.
Draco and his classmates headed toward the Defense Against the Dark Arts classroom. When Draco saw Hermione quickly avert her gaze from him when he noticed her, he felt a weird feeling in his stomach.
I think I'm going to be sick. Wake me up when the lesson is over.
Sure thing.
Draco felt very uneasy. At this point he was almost afraid of Granger. The last time he felt like this was when Pansy had told him she liked him.
Ah, ridiculous.
Excellent job, Miss Patil. Now, who's up? Oh yes, you, Mr. Malfoy, please step up.
Draco had not paid attention, and was momentarily stunned as he realized that the teacher was waiting for him expectantly. Of course he would not want to admit that he didn't pay attention, so he just went with it and came to the front of the class.
Wand at the ready, Mr. Malfoy. I'll release it from the closet as soon as you are in position.
Draco didn't know what Lupin was talking about, but he assumed a standard dueling position and trained his wand towards the closet. Feminine hands emerged from the closet and pushed the door open. The class gasped.
Huh? What the heck?
Draco took one quick glance at the female form in front of him before turning back, and then it was his turn to gasp when he saw Granger giving him a awestruck look.
Very curious indeed.
Draco, how are you feeling?
The boggart stretched out a slender hand and tried to cup Draco's cheek.
Don't touch me, you filthy mudblood. Step away from me.
Mr. Malfoy, we haven't got all day. Please cast the practiced incantation.
Of course Draco had no idea what incantation they had practiced, but he did remember Patil casting something that sounded ridiculous. He tried his luck.
Ridiculous.
Well done, Mr. Malfoy. Very curious this one. Mr. Potter, you're next.
When the lesson ended, Draco was the last one to leave the room, because apparently Blaze had not welcomed him.
Sodding Blaze. I'll bash him when I see him. Now I'll be late to dinner.
The Great Hall became silent when Draco stepped through the entrance. Everyone had stopped talking and stared at him, giving him curious looks.
What the hell are you looking at?
The students started talking normally again, albeit in hushed tones. When Draco sat down, he noticed that Crabbe shifted away to give him space, maybe a bit too much space.
The hell, Crabbe? What's wrong with you? Are you scared of me?
Never mind, I have to do some homework. Coming, Goyle.
Draco watched hopelessly as the entire Slytherin table emptied as all the students mumbled some sort of excuse as to why they had to leave. Draco was now sitting alone, his muscles tensing up and a glimmer of sweat forming on his eyebrows.
Why is everyone acting so differently? Did I miss something? Everyone was acting normally before the Defense Against the Dark Arts lesson. I bet it's got something to do with that Granger clone emerging from the closet. Was I supposed to kill her? Are they mad because I didn't torture her before I cast that ridiculous spell? Why did she show up in the first place?
Many more questions flooded Draco's mind all the way back to his dormitory, and in the end he decided he would sneak out after curfew and give Lupin a visit. Draco couldn't take the questions anymore. He had to find out what the lesson was all about.
Blaze, if Snape asks why I'm not here, tell him I'm using the toilet.
After Blaze had ignored him and avoided Draco's eyes, he saw red. He knocked into Blaze hard before rushing out the door. As he turned the corner and saw the door to the defense against the dark arts classroom, he noticed a torch outside was already lit up.
Someone must have already been here. Filch probably.
Draco stood at the door, thinking about what he would say when he entered. That's when he heard a faint female voice coming from the inside. He was able to pick up on some parts.
So you're sure that it was not a mistake?
Yes, a Bogart is never wrong. It spiked my curiosity as well. Never had a case like that. Relatives, yes, but never a fellow student. Tell me.
Nothing really, sir, we don't talk. No. At least I don't think so.
After about another minute, Draco heard the voices accompanied by footsteps growing louder.
Oh damn.
Draco dodged into an unlit corner of the hall, waiting for whoever was in there to leave. Draco would not have been noticed had he not let out such a loud gasp.
Who's there? Lumos.
Draco frantically tried to cover his features, but it was wasted effort. She had seen him, and he had seen her.
Turn that off. Before I.
Draco didn't have a chance to finish his thread, because as soon as Hermione had seen him, she gave him an indecisive look before running away.
Sodding mudblood. I'll curse her next time I see her. What was she doing in there?
Draco regained his composure before knocking on the door and entering.
Hello, mister. Oh. What a surprise. Mr. Malfoy, what are you doing here? Can I help you?
Well, yes sir, I have a question about today's lesson.
You too, huh? Well then, let's go into my office. Do you want a coffee?
No.
They walked up the stairs of the classroom into Lupin's office, and sat down.
So Mr. Malfoy, what did you want to ask?
The thing that came out of the cupboard, what was it?
Oh, so you haven't paid attention during class. Thought so. Well, since you've come all the way here, I'll explain.
Draco tried to not show guilt at his professor's statement.
That thing was a Bogart, Mr. Malfoy. It shows itself as your biggest fear.
Huh? That doesn't make any sense though. I saw a clone of the mud. Granger.
Indeed you did. Tell me, Mr. Malfoy, what is your relationship with Miss Granger?
Relationship? I hate her. She's filthy.
Lupin gave Draco a pained look, and considered berating him on his foul language, but decided to continue his conversation.
So you dislike her. Is there any reason you would be afraid of her?
Afraid of Granger? Of course not. Could crush her.
Lupin smirked before he asked his next question.
You have a crush on Miss Granger?
Yes. I just said that.
When Lupin gave him a half smile and stared at him, Draco realized his mistake.
No. That's not what I meant. I meant.
Lupin cut him off.
Yes, Mr. Malfoy, I'm sure I know what you meant. Well, it's past curfew and I need to get some rest. Please see yourself out. Oh, and please avoid such filthy language, especially around Miss Granger.
Draco didn't turn around to acknowledge Lupin's statement. Instead, he slammed the door on his way out.
That dirty git is screwing with me. They are all screwing with me. Oh, this is all Potter's fault. I'll kill him.
Draco was storming toward the exit of the Defense Against the Dark Arts classroom, all the while mumbling obscenities about what had just transpired.
Lupin is a bloody git. I'll have him fired. What does he think? That
Draco shoved open the door.
I have a crush on Granger?
Draco would have continued on to answer that question he asked himself had he not bumped into something.
Draco. What?
Hermione was lying on the ground, having fallen, her arm in an awkward position. Had Draco said anything else when he came out, or nothing at all, Hermione would probably have screamed and cried at the pain of her now dislocated arm, but she simply stared at Draco, her eyes starting to water.
Yo. You have a crush on me, Draco.